Hello internet, hello guys, my fellow viewers. I say that because I'm also a viewer like you guys. I don't have any followership. I have not been doing YouTube prior to now. There is just few things that I wanted to talk about this MOHBAD issue. This case really makes a lot of us restless. Okay, me, for example, I go to the internet every day just to look up updates about MOHBAD, just to see if there is any update. I would like Nigerian police to know that Nigerians are not the only ones checking up on this case. We as outsiders, I don't want to say outsiders because I'm also African, so to me we are all the same. But what I mean is, it's not just Nigerians, the world is watching. Everybody is watching you guys. This is the time that you have to prove to us how competent you are. Don't just be showing incompetency or whatever. I don't know what the English word is. Sorry if my English is not good or whatever, but I'm not very English is not my first language, not even my second one, so please bear with me. Yeah. So what I'm trying to say here is, Nigerian police, I don't know what you guys are trying to do. It's like you guys are dragging everything. You're taking your time just so that everybody calms down and everybody moves on. That's not how you're supposed to do this thing. Because everybody has been pointing out, even us, that like people like us that are not very smart like you guys, we are not very brilliant like you guys, we've been pointing this thing out. This MOHBAD's wife has questions to answer, a lot of questions to answer, because I took a paper and pen, and all the questions that I have for this girl, my paper is full. Like, I don't even know where to start from. What do you mean you haven't invited this girl in? I'm not saying arrest her because you guys said she's mourning. Okay, I get it. But whether she's mourning or not, everybody knows that in every investigation, time is of the essence. The longer you wait, the less chances you have of like discovering some certain things. I don't know. Like usually, you want to how do you say this thing? Strike the iron when it's hot. That's usually how people say it, right? So what is all this dragging? You guys are not saying anything about Wumi. How come? I mean, how come suddenly all the cameras around that house are broken? Okay, cameras are broken. Where is gate man? Or are you guys telling me it's Wumi that opens the gate herself? I'm sure MOHBAD has a gate man. I'm sure other people were around that house that could bring forth some information that are still unknown to like either us. I don't know if they already told you, the police, but like I don't know what you guys are doing. You guys are not giving us any update after that long speech that you made like 2 or 3 weeks ago. Like since then, you guys are not, you've not been saying anything. You're just saying autopsy, the results were sent to abroad. What did you send to abroad? Because me, the way I see this thing, autopsy is not just like drawing blood or whatever. So if the blood work and whatever was sent abroad, what about the rest? What about the physical evidence, whatever? So which part of it is abroad and which part did you do? Can you guys not update us? Because I don't understand this thing. Can you guys update us? Because the fact that all these things are pointing at Bumi, I don't know, and you guys are still protecting her, hiding her. I don't care if her mother is a chief police or chief native doctor. I don't know. But what I know is all this evidence cannot be pointing to somebody, and you guys are not saying anything about that person. Okay, so you guys said the nurse was arrested. Okay, even the person, the innocent person that called the nurse, whether that person knew the nurse was a quack or not, we don't know that. That person that called the nurse, you guys arrested her or him too. So what about the person that said, okay, even though my husband fainted, still gave him the other, still took him another injection, just give him the rest. That's how he's always fainting. What about that person that said that thing? How come you guys have not apprehended this woman, this young woman? Eh? You guys are not saying anything about MOHBAD's wife. Okay, even if she did not say to continue the injection after the guy faint, even if it's not that, it only makes sense that you guys apprehend this girl first, because not only is she not saying anything, she was the one around MOHBAD that time. Even from Sunday, or I don't know when they got back from the show, but Sunday, Monday, was she not sleeping beside him, or did they just leave him like that? Because even that 5 second or 9 second video that they were showing swollen arm, you could hear him like moaning out of pain. Like you could hear the pain in his voice. So you're telling me that somebody that left somebody like that in that state for like about 3 days is not taking any responsibility? You guys are not allocating any responsibility, any type of responsibility to this person. And the I don't understand. I really don't understand. Because what about I don't know about Nigerian law, but there are some things that is probably similar in every country, right? Negligence, non-assistance to a person in danger, whatever, aiding and abiding, whatever. You guys find something now. Find something. I'm not saying it's a must that you guys must lock up this with me, because, well, obviously at some point Mohbad liked her, whatever. But this is not it. You cannot just leave her like that when she's not saying anything. Camera is broken, and when was the camera broken, and how come all the cameras are broken all together when it is needed now? When is now needed, how come all the cameras are broken? That is obstruction to justice, or a destroying of evidence. You guys should do something about this woman. You cannot just leave this woman like this. How come if she does not have anything to do with this thing, how come the evidence were destroyed? And you guys are not saying anything even about that, even about the fact that the evidence were destroyed. Okay, let me just leave that one. Why the silence? It's been a month. It has been a month. This girl has to tell us something. I mean, we need details, and MOHBAD needs closure. Well, I guess MOHBAD is already aware of everything that happened, but he cannot tell us, so we need closure for him. I mean, why the silence? Why is the wife still silent? Why is she still silent? Is she not the one that is supposed to be the first person, the number one person that is supposed to get justice for Mohbad? Is she not? Okay, so what about all these lies in the beginning? How come they lied in the beginning? First, they said ear pain. They even said that when they called the nurse was not around, so they had to call another nurse to come in. But how come they are now telling us that the nurse was not around? So they waited. Somebody that is not in the country. You guys waited. The next day, the person came back and she said she cannot come. You still waited. Then the third day before she came. So why must she be her? Like, why must it be that particular nurse? And you guys couldn't make this guy go to the hospital. You guys could not find a doctor to come in. Why does it have to be this particular nurse? You guys waited for somebody that was outside Nigeria to come in, take her time, and come in the next day. So by the time so you guys call somebody on Sunday. So if you were calling her on Sunday, that means the guy needed the treatment then. So the person told you guys she's not in, she's coming back Monday. You still waited Monday. Then she came back. She said she cannot come that day, that it has to be the next day. You still waited again. So somebody that needed care from Sunday, you guys waited for one nurse that we don't know where she's. Like, why did he have to be like that particular nurse? Is there anything that you guys because this cannot be unplanned. This is planned, because I don't get why you have to wait for one small nurse since Sunday. Is she the only nurse in Nigeria, or is she the only person that knows about medicine in Nigeria? Why did you guys have to wait for that nurse from Sunday to Tuesday? That alone to me is weird. Then somebody that is hypertensive faint, and you say, oh, that's how he feels. Who does that? I mean, me, even common fever, because one thing about fever is, if you have fever for too long, there are irreversible damages that can be done. So common fever, you will not allow somebody to have fever for too long. You will take the person to the hospital. So how come this person, you guys already know that his health is not all that good? He's hypertensive. You guys are now saying he was displaying mental illness or whatever. Okay, so how come you guys left this guy like this for days? And even though he was fainting, you were pouring him water. What do you mean by that? So somebody that is hypertensive fainted, and instead of rushing the person, you are pouring him water, and said, oh, continue the injection. So the one he reacted to is not enough. You still said, okay, go ahead. But you know this guy is hypertensive. Anything can happen with just the smallest thing. I mean, I don't know. Is that how you guys... Anyways, okay. That aside, this woman of a girl, I don't get it. I mean, you guys said she was in that car when the husband passed. No sound, nothing. But when that video surfaced about NDLEA, I don't know, but I think that is NDLEA, right? She was so hot-blooded. I don't know, like she was so energetic and dragging these people. These people were carrying guns. These people were holding guns and everything, but she was being violent with them. So did she already know that these people were fake? Because I don't think any normal Nigerian, the way I hear stories about SARS and soldiers and whatever, how uniform people usually abuse their power with the citizens, I don't think any normal Nigerian will behave like the way that woman behaved in that video. I don't know if anybody is seeing what I'm trying to point out. But did she already know they were fake? Did she know? Because her behavior alone, it shocked me. But I didn't see her behaving that way in any other video. Not with the civilians harassing her husband. Not with any other person. So I'm baffled. I'm really baffled. I don't know. You guys, Nigerian police, if not for anything, at least for the lies that were told in the beginning, for the fact that they destroyed CCTV cameras, for the fact that they did not bring this guy to the hospital in time or on time. I don't know how the English is spoken, but yeah, you get what I'm saying. The fact that they didn't bring this guy to the hospital on time. The wife is supposed to be in custody. I am sorry. I mean, I don't mean to be heartless or anything. I know she has a baby. But she's supposed to be in custody. Even if you are not keeping her there, at least she's supposed to come in for questioning. Because at this point, you guys have not told us if she gave you any statement. You have not told us, apart from the fact that they are trying to say, oh, Prime Boy fought MOHBAD and whatever. Apart from that, you guys are not telling us anything concrete that this woman said. Did she give a statement? What did she say? Why did they hide the fact that MOHBAD was not dead then? Even in the car, why were they announcing somebody that was still alive? They were announcing him dead even before he died. How did you guys know he was going to die? How did they know? How did they know? Or is it that you guys announced the death, then I don't even know if YouTube is going to allow this thing. So did you guys then helped him after you found out that you were announcing him and he was not there yet? Did you guys helped him? I don't like, what is all this? What is all this? Nigerian police, you guys should do better. You guys should do better because the whole world is watching. Forget about the fact that things quiet down a little. But this case, you guys need to give us honest, transparent investigation. Because all that long English that you guys were speaking in that other video, it's been weeks already. And you did not come out with any update. No update whatsoever. You're not saying anything. You're not saying anything about the Wumi woman even. That's not fair. That's not how it's done. That's not fair. And why was she throwing that cloth in the grave? So she was crying. But when that time reached, she was able to exercise veto and say, oh no, don't open the casket. Okay. So the way you guys squeezed that guy into that casket, that particular way that guy was in his final resting place, like that is the final rest that guy is taking there. So you guys did not hesitate to bend his neck like that. That is gruesome. It is even more gruesome than the fact that he's gone. I mean, I can't even watch my enemy be done like that. That's too much. Sorry. So as I was saying, all these things are not adding up. Nigerian police should do better. You guys should do better. We are all watching. We are all watching. You should do better. Even the leaders, you guys have to jump into this case, because the way these people are shading this MOHBAD's wife just because the mother was what, I don't know, or whatever the reason is, This is not it. It's not it. That's not right. It's really not right. If you don't jump in, then just know that you just paved way for many other Wumis to come out and deal with your sons in that country. You guys must react. You politicians, leaders, even these people that are donating money before. It's not only money that can help somebody. You guys must use your connections in high places to get justice for this guy. Because if you don't, get ready for other Wumis to come out. And by then, there is nothing you can do. Even the police cannot help you guys. The police cannot help you guys. So you better set up the right example for now. If you want to let somebody go just because of connection or who the person knows or who the person's parents are or knows, then that means you guys are setting the way, the way you guys want the other girls in that country to behave. You guys are setting the example. So if you set a good example, they will follow. If you set a bad one, they will still replicate the same thing, and your sons are the ones that will fall victim next. MOHBAD will not be the last one. So you guys better do the right thing. You guys better do the right thing. And one other thing, when somebody passes like this, what happens is, first of all, we have to look at the possible motives. So you guys are saying jealousy, envy, and you're blaming the friends. So what about money and assets? Money and assets. Follow the money and you will find what happened. Who is gaining something from this situation? Who is getting the most out of this situation? Follow that and discover other routes. Don't just be focused on these names that you guys are giving. Don't be focused on that. Follow the money. Follow the assets. How come this guy's assets are being managed by the in-laws while both parents are still alive? The father is there, the mother is there. I guess he brought the mother closer because maybe he felt, okay, I spent most of my life with my dad. My dad will understand, we are close enough and whatever. He just brought the mother in, maybe to feel, that motherly love, the warmth and whatever. And this woman also felt the son. You mean your full-blown son, who is a man now, was begging you not to leave, and you didn't, it didn't occur to you that, is there anything that I don't know about? Is there any situation? Is there something that you're not telling me? You didn't care to investigate because, like you said, are you not ashamed of yourself? Are you not ashamed that you're saying that he knows that once you get your money, you will leave? Are you not ashamed? I mean, as a mother myself, if my son thought that I will leave once I get money from him, I will be very hurt. Why would you be saying things like that? And you called, they said he's sleeping. So you mean, okay, I cannot really blame you much for that. But the way MOHBAD spoke in this voice that we heard about when he was speaking to the wife, that means the wife was manipulating MOHBAD's mother, because he said, you go and call my mom again and get her to side with you, right? So that means this woman is just taking sides without even maybe without even knowing the backstory or what is happening between the wife and the son. So this whole thing is just it makes me gloomy, and I don't know. It's very heartbreaking to see something like this, and from Nigeria of all places, the giant of Africa. You guys always say you're the giant of Africa. Sorry, if you guys are tired of Nigeria, there is one solution. Oh. We can just um make it to pieces and share. You give one part to Benin, you give some to Cameroon. We can share it like that so that we forget about the whole thing. Me, the way I follow Nigeria is because I feel like if Nigeria is on the right track, it's gonna pull the whole Africa along. Like if Nigeria is being led with, like, by the right people with the right method, I feel like it can change a lot of things, not only for Nigeria but for the whole Africa. So which is why I really love you guys, Nigerian people. Okay, I feel like I was Nigerian in my past life. So please don't abuse me, don't insult me. This is just my own insight of the whole thing. Okay, so I have so many questions. So why is police does not is not manifesting? Like, does the policemen don't have any questions for this woman, the Mohbad's wife and the family? How come? How come? And they're just dragging this autopsy issue just to make people to forget about the case. Honestly, it is heartbreaking. I don't know how many times that I cried about this whole thing. I don't even know why I'm crying. And honestly, I don't want to be a hypocrite or whatever. I don't really know Mohbad. I discovered him very shortly before his demise. So I can't say I know him. And in my life, I'm not anybody's fan. But this guy, I'm a fan. Okay, I've never been anybody's fan before. Like, if you make song that I like, I will listen, but that doesn't make that doesn't mean I'm your fan. But this one, I'm in the fandom with all of you guys. So please, let's not keep quiet about this thing, even though the time is passing and they are dragging it just to make people calm down. Let's not calm down about this thing. Let's not calm down. The other thing is, like I said, why are the in-laws in charge of the properties? Why? That's weird. That's weird. And why was Wumi telling people that Mohbad was sleeping when he was clearly not feeling fine? And I feel like she was offended by the fact that Mohbad was not flaunting her, presenting her to the public and whatever, because her sister said something along that line that, oh, do you guys know how hurtful it is for somebody not to be able to flaunt their marriage and celebrate and whatever and whatever. Maybe this not flaunting marriage thing, maybe it doesn't only have to do with the people harassing them. Me, I'm thinking, did Mohbad even want to end up in that marriage, or did she lock him with the child? Then he found out it's not his. Because me, I'm very skeptical about how they ended up getting married. Mohbad is 27, right? So how did the pregnancy thing went? Was she pregnant before they got married? Did they get married because she was pregnant, or did they? But whatever, that's not very important. It's not very important. But all these questions I'm asking, sorry, I'm not trying to be insensitive. I'm just trying to see what could be the motive, or what could have led to the fact that this woman stood there and watched her husband in pain for 2 to 3 days. 2 to 3 days. How come? How come? And the fact that she was following him around, going to shows with this 5-month-old baby, that alone is very concerning to me. That alone, very concerning. And the fact that this woman had a fight with the husband, but no fingers, like the police is not onto her. Why? Why? So how come you guys have Prime Boy in custody because he fought with the guy, but you don't have the wife in custody because they were also not in good terms, at least for the last hours of his life? From what we know, what we all heard, you guys are like, Nigerian police is like, you guys are hearing some side and you don't hear some of it. Like you only hear what you want to hear. You don't hear what you should hear, right? You don't want to know about it. You don't want to know about it. So the other thing, how can there be such a coincidence that the two bullies were not in the country? Did they already know what was going to happen, then plan to get an alibi for themselves? Because the way they were not around both at the same time, that's very weird to me. But anyways, it could be a coincidence, but that is too much of a coincidence where like they try to like, not be in the vicinity so that fingers will not point at them. That's very weird. The fact that they both were not in the country at the same time, very suspicious. And like I said, you guys cannot arrest the nurse, arrest the person that called the nurse, and not arrest the wife that gave permission for the nurse to treat this person. And when the nurse came, did they mention to her that the patients already had condition? Like, did they mention to her that he has hypertension, he has this, he has that? Did they tell her all the things she needed to know? Because I don't think that woman knew. If she knew when the person passed out the first time, she wouldn't have continued. But you guys were telling us a story about, when the nurse came, she gave injection and the guy was unconscious, or he reacted to the drug. So she went to the pharmacy to get another drug. And then you guys call her to tell her that the guy was convulsing. But so how come the stories are now different stories, many stories? Why did you guys lie in the beginning? Why did Womi and the other boys, they lie in the beginning? Because the version that you guys gave us when this story come out, it keeps changing. It keeps changing. You guys are not telling the truth. Tell the truth and shame the devil. Because you know one thing about lies. If you lie, for what somebody was saying that, I don't remember who, but that person was saying, if you lie, one lie, you need 100 more lies to cover up for that one lie that you lie. So just say the truth and shame the devil. Whether you want or not, you will say the truth. You say the truth. Because the fact that MOHBAD is still restless, making some of us restless, showing up and down. No matter how many white cloths you threw into that grave, MOHBAD spirit must follow you. He must follow you. He must follow you. So don't think you are eating in peace, sleeping in peace, just being silent, acting like you don't know what happened. You were there. How come you don't know what happened? And you came out telling us, you finally killed him. Sorry. Let's YouTube not censor this thing. But anyways, so how come? How come you initially came out to accuse this unknown person that we don't know about? Then now it's the fight with the other guy. At one point it was ear pain, and at this point you guys are dropping everything on the nurse. that's not it. Oh, that's really not it. Please, Nigerian police to check. And you guys better check yourselves, because we are still watching. The world is watching. Have you heard how many times MOHBAD's music was streamed and everything? Don't think people forgot. People have not forgotten. So we are still watching. Even from outside Nigeria, we are still watching. Me, I Google every day. Like, I go on YouTube, I check on the internet. New update on MOHBAD. New update on MOHBAD. There is no day that had passed ever since I got to know this story. There is no day that had passed that I didn't go to the internet to check for update. So please give us updates. Nigerian police, give us updates. Give us updates. It's not every day that you guys will be showing people how corrupt you are. It's not every day that you will be showing people how incompetent you are, or how you're willing to present yourself as incompetent just to gain one thing or the other. Please, please, please. And don't behave like people watching are not intelligent enough to see what you guys are doing or to understand what you guys are doing. Everybody is watching. Everybody is watching. Even though things have calmed down, maybe some news are intercepting with whatever, but don't think people forgot. We have not forgotten. We're still watching. The world is watching. The world is watching. Thank you.